guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in last week's video I talked about all of my favorite hair oils, or basically put them on a list or rated them, and I'm going to do the same this week, just it's going to be with scalp oils or scalp treatments. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up to my favorites. There are some oils that I've tried but I don't currently have a bottle of because I either use them up or whatnot. I'm not gonna mention those, at least not really. I'm gonna mention one of them because it's my favorite, but the rest I'm not really gonna mention because since they didn't really make it to the complete top of my list anyway, I don't feel like they're worth mentioning. Just to clarify a little, hair growth oils are not gonna magically make your hair grow. That's a myth. The only thing they can do is bring your hair to the max potential it has so that your hair can grow as fast as genetically possible for you. And they can also help with your scalp issues, depends on the formula, it depends on many things. And so the main goal of a oil or a treatment, scalp treatment, is to just keep your scalp healthy, which in turn keeps your hair growth healthy. And some can also help regrow some like balding spots. Like I had to regrow my temples or work on that, and some of these treatments did really help with that. So just kind of putting it out there, it's not a magic thing that's gonna make your hair grow, but I do love to use them because I see a big difference in my hair. And we're gonna start with the Hinu Growth Oil. And I did really like this. It was lightweight, it smelled nice. I loved it as a scalp treatment. It made my scalp feel really hydrated and just overall healthy. But my one thing about this is I didn't really notice it getting my growth to the max potential that my hair has. Like I just didn't really notice a big difference in the hair growth than if I wouldn't use an oil. So that was my only issue with this. And the reason I do still have it is because I plan on using the rest of it up, trying it out again, see if it maybe does better than next time. We'll see. It is advertised as a multi-purpose oil, as in you can use it on both scalp and length. And it did work really well on my scalp, but yeah, like I said, I didn't really notice a lot of growth with it. This one I'm gonna put on kind of on hold. I'm not gonna really review it just because I've only used it twice, so I can't say how much I love it or hate it. Like I did notice a big difference in my scalp, right? But that's why usually you use these with consistency. And while I will be mentioning one that I've only used 3 times and really love, it's because I did notice a difference right away. So this one I'm just not really gonna put in the list. I'm just mentioning it. It's a great oil. The ingredients are amazing, and I do plan on fully reviewing it sometime. But for now, I'm just not really gonna say much about it. My second last would be this one. It's the ByErim hair oil. And to be honest, I was surprised that I was putting it at the almost bottom of the list. But when I compared it to the other treatments, this one just didn't, how do I say this? Like it didn't really compare to the others. It was great, but it wasn't as great as some of them. I really love the fragrance it has. It smells like lavender, and I usually don't like lavender, but this is kind of a different type of lavender somehow. And it's really lightweight. Like if you oil your hair with this, it won't look like you've oiled your hair, which is really amazing. And it also kind of leaves a cooling effect on your scalp, so that's nice. It's easy to wash out. And actually it's a really great oil, but the reason it's just I'm more at the bottom is because I've had others that I liked more. But it doesn't mean that this one was bad, because honestly none of the oils I've been putting on here are because I didn't like them, you know. If I didn't like them, then they're not worth putting on this list. This is just like a list from my favorite to least favorites, but I do love all of them. Next up we have the BurBur Growing Season hair oil. And I almost used it up. I mean, I have like a month of treatment left, very possibly. And I really love this stuff. First of all, it smells like some vitamin that my mom used to give me as a child. It was some vitamin medicine thing. Like, it smells so nice to me. I love it. I don't know what it is, but like the fragrance is nice. It's easy to wash out, and I did notice it helping just reduce some of the inflammation on my scalp from psoriasis. And I didn't really notice a big difference in growth per se. Like, my hair growth was pretty normal. So that was the one reason why it's not at the top of the list, but it did help with my scalp inflammation, which is always a bonus for me. Next up, we have the Rosemary Scalp Treatment from the Innate Life. And this would be third on the list. I really love it. I'm currently in the process of reviewing it, but I'm not there yet. I want to use it consistently and use up at least half, if not more, of the bottle before I give a full review on it. But it smells amazing. Like, you can just smell the rosemary in this one. And it also makes your scalp feel really nice, really hydrated after washing your hair. And it does also help with my itchiness, like, a lot. And if you look at the reviews, they have some pretty amazing reviews with regrowing hair. And I just like, this is one of my top favorites. It's really great as far as rosemary scalp treatments go. Like, anything with rosemary, this is the top one very probably out there. It has 3 different types of rosemary extracts, if I'm not wrong, and you already know I love this brand, so that's just a bonus. But I would definitely recommend this if you're dealing with hair loss or you're trying to regrow your hair. A lot of these treatments are going to work for you depending on what your issue is. So this is the one I would recommend if you're dealing with more of a hair loss issue. In second place, I'm going to be putting 2 oils because for me, they're kind of the same. I don't have one of them because I used it up completely last year. And the other one I do have. So this one is the Afsennah Custom Hair Growth Oil. So this is basically, you answer a questionnaire and then she formulates a hair oil specifically made for you. And I know I have not used a lot of it, so why am I putting it in second place? I've used it 4 times, and first of all, I can't identify the smell, so it doesn't come with an ingredient list. I have no idea what's in here. I can't identify what it smells like, but it smells amazing, really herbal. It's so soothing. And then when I put it on my scalp, I kid you not, for like the 3-4 hours that I have it on my scalp is like cooling and just relaxing, and like it has that cooling feeling the whole time. And that just, like, it's never happened to me before. And when I have itchiness, usually when I put in an oil treatment, by then I do have some itchiness on my psoriasis spots, like here and here. And it like instantly just calms that itchiness, and I don't even know, like, I can't tell you much about growth, but I do know that this is absolutely amazing for my psoriasis. And also, it's the one oil I've lost less hair with when I'm oiling. I lost maybe 3 hairs when I used this. And I mean, so far, like, I'm gonna do a full review on this, but that's why I'm putting it in second place already, even though I haven't used it enough to give a full review on it. I love it so far. The other one would be the Baál Hair Growth Oil, which that one was really, I used it up last year. I think it lasted me 3 to 4 months, the bottle. And you could just smell the rosemary and peppermint in there, and it had a slight hint of orange, I think. And it smelled amazing. And why I love that so much is because my hair growth during the summer is usually a lot slower. And that year, well, last year, my hair grew faster than it usually does. Like, it kept up with my normal hair growth rate. So that's obviously why it made it to my favorites list. It was more on the heavy side, so you need very little of it. but it was still easy to wash out even though it was kind of heavy. And obviously I'm gonna leave a link to all of these products that I'm mentioning, but that one, like once I use up all of my treatments, I don't like having too much just lying around, so I'm gonna use up all my stuff. I'm very probably gonna be restocking that one first. And then my top favorite, the problematic scalp treatment from the Innate Life. So you probably already knew this one was gonna be top favorite. I know it's technically not an oil, but it is a scalp treatment that you do before washing, so it has the same goal, I guess. And this is, to this day, the only thing that completely eliminates my psoriasis itchiness throughout the week. It reduces, like, my psoriasis used to be like really bad, as in it would literally flake or scale off and bleed sometimes. And this is the one thing that keeps my psoriasis just regular. Like, it's, you know, there's red patches and the occasional itchiness, but that's it. Like, and it's this because when I started my healthy hair care journey, this was the first thing I bought for my scalp, and it was the only thing I bought for my scalp. And it immediately had that effect on my scalp. I've been using it for almost 3 whole years now. This is probably my 4th or 5th jar, something like that. I use it at least once a week, if not twice. Right now, once a week is enough, but during the winter, I sometimes have to use it twice a week. And it's almost empty. I do need a restock soon. But this is just amazing. It smells really nice, really herbal. Obviously, my husband always jokes about me smelling like a pharmacy after I'm done with all my hair care treatments, but I love the smell of this. And it's, you know, instead of an oil, it has like a thicker texture. Well, not during the summer, it's kind of liquid, but during the winter, it's almost kind of thick. And it just a little came out. It smells so soothing, so relaxing. But yeah, that's it. Those are my favorite scalp treatments, like from least favorite to favorite. And obviously, I'm always going to tell you to use something meant for your scalp, depending on oily or dry. These work very well for my naturally dry scalp. And now that I'm experiencing a bit more oiliness due to it being summer and workout and also my PCOS, it still works for me. But there are some oils, like for example the Blue Beautify Amalaki Scalp Serum. I've tried it and it just didn't work for me. It works amazing for my husband. He has an oily scalp, but for me it just didn't do much. So obviously always kind of go with what works for your scalp type and maybe try new stuff. Usually you'll know within 3 to 4 weeks if your hair loves it or not, at least with scalp treatments. With some products you know right away, but with this it usually takes time. And to see results, you need to use them at least 3 months, at least once a week. You need to be very consistent. Like, without consistency, you're never gonna see results. That's always the key to everything. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful in any way. I hope it was interesting. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.